What is up, guys? Wolfgang here. So today I want to talk about the new Samsung Galaxy Unpacked devices. So in this video I'm going to talk about what I expect for these devices. I do not have these devices on hand, but after reviewing spec sheets and so on and so forth and the material that they released, and as well as rumors, I'll be talking about my thoughts on these devices. Now, if you're interested in a specific device and my thoughts on it, there will be chapters down below. That way you can skip ahead if you're not interested in a specific device. So, first of all, let's talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Now, all of these, just to start off, all of them are just incremental updates upon each other. Now, it does have a bit of a it does have a bit of a wider screen, both on the inside and on the outside, which is great. That way it feels less narrow and more like a normal phone would. So that's obviously a plus. One really great thing that's coming out with the next One UI update are the multitasking gestures, as now you can swipe from the bottom with 2 fingers and it will split the screen and give you a menu to open another app. I feel that's going to be awesome for the multitasking crowd, especially using a fold. That way they can more easily be able to split their screens and, open different apps in there. And the taskbar, so like the bottom thing on a Windows computer or even on a Mac, will be on the bottom now. It used to be only on the left. Now you can choose to put it on the bottom, which is even, for me, it's more natural as I use my taskbars on the bottom. And a few more exciting bits. There will be S Pen support with a new cover that can hold it, which looks pretty nice and is definitely useful. There is also a camera upgrade, which is pretty useful. Of course, as I've mentioned in several videos, I don't really care much about the camera quality of a phone because I don't really take pictures. I am taking video with my phone currently, which is one good thing about phone cameras, which I have enjoyed. Now that I can start a YouTube video with literally just my phone, not having to buy a DSLR and so on and so forth. The processor has been changed from being produced by other companies to specifically TSMC, from what I've heard. And that is a positive, mostly because they have better efficiency on their processors. I don't fully understand all the science behind it, but efficiency is basically the main idea. And it has IPX8 water resistance. However, going back to the processor, I am excited and doubtful at the same time about battery life, which is one I skipped. As this battery is a 4400 milliamp hour battery for 2 screens, not just one normal phone screen, but it's a narrow phone screen as well as a wide phone screen. And they're both also 120 Hertz. And if you've watched my video on the S22 Ultra, video up here, there are some issues with the battery life when I turn on the 120 Hertz mode. So I would definitely keep an eye out for more videos testing battery life before you buy it. However, if you've already used foldables or if you're usually buy a charger, then it's not much of an issue. However, it is worth mentioning that it is only up to 25 watt charging, which is the super fast charging from Samsung, not the 2.0. As I mentioned in several of my videos, 45 watt charging is ideal for larger batteries, as it will charge your devices so much quicker. And you don't really have to think about it, and your phone will be charged. You just plug it in the morning and it'll charge up fully. Well, it's not the case on these devices, neither the Fold, neither the Flip. So, unfortunately, we don't have those features. And another upgrade they made on the Fold is that the hinge is a bit shorter, which means that it's lighter and doesn't protrude as much, which is definitely a plus. The Galaxy Fold 4 comes at the price of $1,800. Pretty pricey, but, it is a Fold. It is the top of the line for Samsung, so that price was expected. Now with the Z Flip 4, all the upgrades I've seen are pretty much only the increased battery size, not necessarily battery life. There's going to be new features on the cover screen, and hopefully some increases in battery life. As for the processor that I just mentioned in the Fold part of this video. So hopefully this is basically a Z Flip 3 with extended battery life and a better processor, which would be great. I'm not much of the Flip gang, As well, I prefer larger screens and larger phones. This one is more on the narrow side as far as phones go. And well, if you like it, it's up to you. And it comes at a price of $1,000, starting, of course. That is a pretty good price, I'd say. That is a pretty good price for a starting model. You will be losing perhaps a bit of performance, as it can only max out at 8 gigs of RAM. But, well, I'd say for someone who's buying a flip, that isn't much of an issue. It's not necessarily what you'd want to do on your phone, and in my opinion, for daily use, 8 gigs is more than enough. Another great thing that's coming to the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and the Fold 4 is some improvements in the flex mode. Now, flex mode means when you don't have it fully open nor fully closed, if you have it something like at a 90 to 120 degree angle, for example, that it will be able to adjust the app to look in a different way. So one example they gave was with the camera. So if you had it like at a 90 degree fold, that you could have, well, the image on the top half, and down here you would have all the controls, which is kind of useful, I guess. It looks pretty cool. However, I'm most excited for it in games. As for example, with the Flip 4, you could emulate something like a Game Boy very nicely, and well, it would have the same feeling as the foldable Game Boy, which will be awesome. And then with something like the Z Fold 4, you could emulate something like an Xperia Play. If you remember that device, I'll show a picture on screen right now. That was, I believe, my first smartphone, now that I think about it. And while it was a cool concept, didn't really work out for them, but it was a cool concept and I truly enjoyed it. So next up, I want to talk about the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro specifically. Now, I do have a love-hate relationship with this watch, singly because, well, I have the Galaxy Watch 4, and, well, this one has a rotating bezel, which is amazing in my opinion. I love it as a fidget toy. I love it when I want to navigate between the widgets. It just makes things satisfying, comfy, and easy. Now, the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro does not have that, which is quite annoying, in my opinion. And, well, the hugest positive I'd say of the device is that the battery life, or the battery size specifically, has been increased pretty much by double the amount, which means it should last at least 1.5 times more, as it does also come with new features, perhaps that can alter the battery life. But the point is that the battery is larger, and so the battery should last more. Now, one thing I am curious of is that in the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro announcement, they did mention an outdoor experience, where you would be guided through the woods and through trails and stuff like that. And you could simply just say route back and it would take you back home quite easily. They did not mention that in the normal Galaxy Watch 5 announcement, which seems strange to me, but, well, we'll see if that is available or not, as it is just software. Now, if you're interested, they have a Golf edition. From what I can tell, it's just as an aesthetic change. And, well, besides the heartbeat sensor, oxygen meter, now there's also a temperature sensor. And if you're wondering, it will measure your own temperature, not the watch's heat, for example. It will be measuring your temperature, and it will not be affected by the watch itself. Now, it does also have a sapphire crystal covered display, which means that it will be very, very scratch resistant. I've been using a simple tempered glass cover on my watch, and, well, I've never gotten it scratched. So how useful it will be, well, we'll see. But, well, it does depend on your lifestyle. If you're more active or you spend a lot of times around rocks, then this could be definitely better for you. And now, well, they do offer a debuckle sport band, which is what they call it. It does look pretty cool. Looks pretty nice. It's definitely better than the analog way to use it, I'd say, or the manual way to put on a watch. How much of an upgrade is it? Well, I mean, you can get different bands for smartwatches or watches in general and, get that. But, well, it's a feature to mention. And, of course, it's water and dust resistant. And the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro comes at a price of $450. And, well, now let's just quickly talk about the Galaxy Watch 5 Normal. As I mentioned, they did not talk about the outdoor experience that they were talking about on the Galaxy Watch 5, which, I mean, could be... I have mixed feelings. Let's see if they also put it into the Galaxy Watch 5 Normal. Hopefully they do. Now you can see there's a lot less features on the Galaxy Watch 5 picture. Not really much to say. It's water resistant, bigger battery, and well, it has the sapphire covered screen, which will help it against scratches. The price on the Galaxy Watch 5 is $279. And now the one device I was most excited for is the Galaxy Buds Pro 2. Now, how much of an upgrade are they? Well, expect somewhere around maybe like a 20% upgrade at most. What they've been talking about so much is about intelligent ANC, which basically just means that it will transition between active noise canceling and transparency mode if you are talking or if someone else is talking to you. I don't really use those features. I have the Sony WH-1000XM4's video up here. And while I do not use the intelligent features of when you're speaking that it'll change to active noise to transparency mode to be able to hear my surroundings, it's not something I really use. So, well, I'm not really too excited about that. What I am more excited for is this 24-bit hi-fi sound. Now, currently, the Buds Pro, the first edition, video up here, has a 16-bit sound, which, I mean, to someone who doesn't know much about sound, it doesn't sound like much of a difference. It's just 8 bits, but the audio quality does improve quite a lot when switching to 24 bits from 16 bits. So that will be a huge upgrade. Although what does annoy me is that from what I've heard, this 24-bit audio codec, which is a new system they're going to use to transfer higher quality sound, will only be available on specific Samsung devices. Now, it doesn't affect me personally, as I tend to have the newest Samsungs as well. It's what I like to do, basically, have the newest stuff available. But, well, for people who have different phones, that can be annoying. How much will you notice it? Not much, especially because when you're using a simple audio streaming service, something like YouTube Music or Spotify and so on, well, they don't even support 24-bit audio. Like, you'll have to be using something with higher bitrate, higher music quality support, for example, or larger files to be able to support that and to be able to make use of 24-bit hi-fi sound. So it's an upgrade. It isn't out yet. It will be coming soon. So, just keep that in mind. You can't really rate something by how it will be. It has to be of how it is right now as well. You never know if it will or will not arrive. Now, they do have 360 audio, another thing I don't really use, but it can be pretty cool. And well, as with all the Galaxy Buds devices, they do have seamless connectivity especially within the Galaxy devices. And well, they showed a pretty cool demo about pairing it with a Samsung TV. So the person on the ad was watching a football game, and then he received a call, and he just pressed the button on his earbuds, and it switched over to the phone, and he was talking in the call. And once the call ended, it switches back to the phone, and once the call ended, it switched back to the TV, which is pretty cool. However, of course, that does mean you have to get a Samsung TV, which is not necessarily a negative, as they do have really good TVs. But, well, it is something that you may or may not have or may not want to buy. On the Buds, one thing I did realize while I was watching Flossy Carter's video on these devices, he made a really good hands-on video and first impressions on these devices. In case you want to check it out, link in the description. And so what I was noticing while watching his video is that the Buds2 Pro have a different driver shape. Now, how much of a difference does that make? Well, the Galaxy Buds Pro have more of an oval-shaped driver, and the new ones, the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, have a circle-shaped driver. How much of a difference does that make? Well, depending on your ears, one of them can be more comfortable than the other. However, functionality-wise, a round driver does have more area available to it to make better sounding sound, better bass, and higher, especially on the low end, on the bass, it will be much better, at least theoretically. unless they change something else in software that will make it just equal. These should sound better than the Galaxy Buds Pro. Now I can't test this until I get the Buds. Samsung, please do send them out. But I do expect them to sound better, especially in the low end. And well, of course, they're making an upgrade to the noise canceling, which will be a little bit better. Not necessarily a leap, more of a step forward. And the price on the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro is $230. That is without a trade-in. But yeah, those were the devices they announced in the Samsung Unpacked. That is getting rid of all the ads, all the gibberish, and just speaking my mind, letting you guys know what I think about these devices. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you want to watch more videos similar to this one, hit the subscribe button. And hit the bell icon so you get notified when I release a new video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day.